My name is J. Randall Wilkerson, author of the Heart Failure Recovery Plan, Successful Heart Regeneration Using Metabolic Enzymes. This is part one in a series of 58 short videos covering the entire book. Before this part, there was an introduction. If you have not already listened to that, you may check our channel of videos on YouTube and listen to the introduction first before leading to part one under the preface. The rear cover shows basically a synopsis of the book, the publishers, as well as a brief review of myself, the author. I am a 30-year biomedical engineering veteran. I specialize in high-tech medical equipment. I have worked for Invacare, Sunrise Medical, Joerns Medical, GSI Medical, Anodyne Medical, Primatech, and IBM, plus other well-known companies in the field of medicine. I have received awards for medical products, as well as the very highest award in the United States under the Excellence in Design competition at the National Design Show. In 2005, I contracted class 4 heart failure. With only months left to live, I immediately got to work researching all the scientific clinical trials under heart failure patients to determine what worked and what did not work, and to create a roadmap, a plan, a treatment plan to recover. I was successful, and by 2009, the cardiology office where I attend declared I was completely cured with a normal ejection fraction. My heart had shrunk back in half to its normal size, as well as all my valves had sealed. You can see a short photo or a small photo on the back of the book of me next to my bicycle as well as bicycling clothes. This is what I wore when I would visit the cardiology office, more to psych out the nurses than anything else, but I also wanted the doctor to determine if my heart condition sounded good enough for the 7-mile ride. So it was essentially a test. So let's turn to the preface of the book. This book is intended as a successful plan for treatment of heart failure to restore the reader to an active, healthy life and indefinite life. It's based on scientific clinical trials, most of which are double-blind, using enzymes, amino acids, as well as vitamins, and anything that had a positive effect that was successful. Cardiologists reading these statements will immediately be skeptical because their past experience and medical training, heart failure is a terminal condition. Most of them never tell their patients this. In fact, the average life after diagnosis of heart failure in the early stages is 5 years to death. Those with class 4 like myself can see 4 out of 5 dead within the first 12 months, and the majority shortly thereafter. Because heart failure is a progressive disease, the medications that are prescribed simply slow it down, but there are none from any pharmaceutical company that can cure. Now, being a medical self-help book, we have to have a disclaimer in paragraph 2. The information and advice contained in this book on heart failure recovery is founded on scientific clinical research and my personal experience. This book is not intended as a substitute for consultation with a licensed cardiology doctor. Any statements made in this book have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. The publisher and author are not responsible for any consequences resulting from the use of these recommendations or procedures listed in this book. A medical professional licensed as a medical doctor in your locality should supervise all matters pertaining to your personal physical condition and health. Do not withhold any information from your doctor. You need to always reveal your thoughts and actions with him. Now, this book is not a doctor-bashing naturopathic textbook. You will need the very best cardiologists in your community to work with you to reverse your condition. If he is unwilling to do so, you may need to seek a second opinion. Doctors are human like everyone else. Some graduated at the top of their class, and some want you to be a success. They want to have you as their patient till the day they retire. When a patient recovers completely from heart failure, they are quite happy with the outcome. They're very pleased. My doctor always has a smile on his face when he meets me. He finds it implausible. In fact, I was class 4, and he thinks, according to reviews by his cardiology office, that I'm the only class 4 to recover in the United States. I have run across others who have found some of the key enzymes in this book and have recovered, but the number is very small. It's certainly less than what you can count on the fingers of 2 hands. The chance of a medicine, a magic pill from a pharmaceutical corporation that will cure heart failure, is very unlikely because of the quantity of the enzymes and the quality required to treat. My cardiologist has even codified all of the enzymes I take into my medical records, and so when I had to go into the hospital in 2011 for a new CRDTD, the nurses would confirm that I had taken every one of them every day. A 100% cure to heart failure is very unlikely, or even any disease, because of the wide range of human body conditions, dietary limits, and age. However, the clinical trials indicate in this book that at least 4 out of 5 will recover to an indefinite lifespan. If you apply everything in the book, it is possible that 8 out of 9 will recover. Still, there's that small percentage that will not. This book is blunt. As you have already noted, I do not mince words when I'm dealing with the subject of potential death from heart failure, mainly because so many people I have run into take no action. They have no interest in recovery, and then I end up attending their funeral and comforting their wife as she cries. Friends who have taken action have turned around their heart failure trajectory and are now years into their life. You have to take positive action, and if I fail to motivate you by being blunt, then I have failed you. You need to set goals to plan for the future. You need to plan on becoming healthy, to be able to bicycle every day to every errand that you need to run. I rarely drive unless it's a very long distance for business. I bicycle everything. Post office, library, grocery store, hardware store, bank, you name it. It's something that you have to do as part of this plan. Cardiac rehab requires aerobic exercise. So this concludes part 1 of the Heart Failure Recovery Plan. This book is available at Amazon, both in print and Kindle editions, at the Apple iTunes Store in the iBooks editions. It's also available on eBay in print edition, and you can write the publisher direct, Wilkerson & Hughes, P.O. Box 777, Altoona, Florida 32702. Just send a check for $24 and they will send one right out. Thank you for listening. This is J. Randall Wilkerson of the Heart Failure Recovery Plan.